planet detected. Scanning. Scanning. Warning. Life form detected. Life form identified. Frank Succardi of CyborgPrime Games. Incoming transmission.
All right, that was pretty cool. The Traveler collectible, customizable card game. I always say the wrong words because I'm not a card guy, but this game looks pretty awesome. And my biggest card games that I play is Netrunner, and this looks pretty fun too. So I'm going to try to get my hands on that. All right, crew, Ricard, are you here? Your mic's muted. Gomos, sound off, guys. Let me know you're here.
Present.
Oh, present, sir.
Present.
Hey, great. So what do you guys think about that Traveler customizable card game?
Great. That guy was interesting.
Yeah, everybody was really,
cool.
everybody was really super nice and gracious, and it's funny how many things everybody had in common. Like all the guys who like to do radio controlled airplanes, and all the guys that do historical record, LARPing or whatever. That was pretty cool too. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting to see all the similarities between your guests. A lot of them chose the same kind of things when you were asking them, about their characters and what they'd suggest to pick. It's interesting, even though they come from all over the world.
Yeah, right. It's there was definitely some themes going through there.
I like how you tried to take the guy's scout ship away. And I go, and when you ask, I forget what I said to myself, is like, how often do they get recalled? I went, never. You're never getting this back. I don't care what you say. I borrowed the hammer. Lives in my garage.
Yeah, except this is a super expensive hammer.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's a NASA hammer, and
those
would be embarrassing to try to give it back, so could end up.
So hey, let's pick a winner for the Horizon Games pack, which is it's going to be a Beowulf Free Trader ship deck. That plus the free downloadable instructions from the website is all you need to play solo, I believe. So that's going to be fun. It's not too late to enter the drawing. I'll give you a couple minutes while we yak it up here. Pop on over to cyborgprime.com and hit that blog button, and you'll see the event website first thing on the list there. Go in there and you can register to win one of these great prizes from our drawing. We still have tons of great prizes coming up, and then we have a mega prize at the end, and that winner is going to get so much stuff. They're going to be like buried under an avalanche of cool prizes. So stay tuned, folks, and get on that site and get registered. I'll give you a couple seconds. Our next interview is going to be Ken Burnside and Mike Llaneza of Astra Games. They're the ones hosting the 3D Space Combat in the other channel. If you're on our Discord, come on over and check it out. They have this really cool, it's like 3D Starfleet battles, but it's with traveler ships. And so that's kind of cool. You could use that as your combat stuff for when you're playing Traveler, or just as a standalone combat game. It's the Traveler version of Squadron Strike, which is a really cool game. They have a kind of like a Star Trek-ish Axanar fleets and stuff. You have these digital SSDs, and and it's not as complicated as Starfleet battles. It moves a lot faster. So check it out. They're doing some teaching games and demos over in that 3D Space Combat Watch Party, and in the combat chat you can drop in and check out what they're doing. They're doing a teaching game, and then I think they're going to do demo games from the actual designers are going to fight it out. So that's going to be cool to see. Also, don't forget the Traveler for Charity game. You can hop on there. We're trying to run a benefit for the Carcinoid Cancer Foundation. You can pitch in, and that puts you in the prize drawing. And also, when you pitch in, you're buying influence in the game, and you can buy automatic rolls for the players, or you can buy different kinds of things to help influence the game, and your money's going towards a good cause. So go check that out. You can see that on the High Shelf Gaming Twitch channel, and you can get to it through the channel upstairs from here at the Traveler for Charity. And then we also have over at Tabletop Games, we have Traveler one-shots going on all weekend. You can hop in a Traveler game there if you haven't played in a while, or if you've never played before. There's slots open for some of the games, so you can still get in on those. They're pickup games, but they're scheduled, so go check that out. Tabletop events, the links to that is up there in the chat. And of course, links to all of this stuff can be found on the event page. That's back at the CyborgPrime.com blog. You see it right there on the main blog page there, and it has links to all of our interview guests. It has links to all the games going on, all the demos, all the cool, crazy Traveler stuff. And we're not done. We're going. We've been running this now for about 8 hours since, let's see, we started a little bit before 8 a.m. and we're going to be going till 11 p.m. tonight. So we got plenty of more nerdly Traveler stuff to do here. All right, so let's see. I think that's probably been enough time for folks to get registered. We're gonna go ahead and draw that number. Let's see. Ricard, have you drawn any numbers today?
No, go ahead. I wouldn't know what to do.
I was just going to tell you to pick a number between X and Y. And that
okay, go ahead.
That person's going to be the winner. Okay, hold on. All right, so pick a number between 1 and 99.
41.
41. All right. 41. You said 41?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Dano, you are the winner of the Traveler CCG Beowulf Free Trader ship deck and a pewter miniature from Astra Games, who's sponsoring the 3D Squadron Strike game. So thank you very much, and I'll contact you by email to get you those prizes. So cool. All right, guys. So far, so good. We're doing this crazy endurance thing, right? It's like crazy nerd endurance. All right. All right. We still got 10 minutes to the next show. Let's talk about some stuff about your character, Ricard. What's the all of the characters in my game? I got to say, my players are very creative and they always come up with some great ideas. Ricard, what's your most memorable Traveler moment from one of our games? It could be something. It could either be something you did or something another character did, or both.
Well, you end up with frustrations because you're limited in that world. There's always the law level and things like that. So, without having weapons and the interdimensional creatures using a piece of canvas as a protection was good. But then in that same thing where the universe is coming apart, I was like picking up the trinkets that nobody cares about, the fungus pets, things like that. Using that piece of ancient architecture an ancient artifact that is only identified as like a piece of jewelry, like a scarab or something, and having it pull out the other scarab that was stuck in, causing the problem in the whole machine that was needed to be repaired was pretty high.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, and when you busted out with the So they get sent to another dimension, and there's these weird like jellyfish monsters. And he had a great idea to go grab some blankets and throw them over their heads, like trick or treat ghost style, so they wouldn't be touched by the tendrils of these dimensional beings, which are super deadly. So yeah, I thought that was one great example of something clever. Another cool thing was that I liked was when the you guys were scavenging the sensor turret off of a ship that was being sucked into a gravitational lift, and it got stuck, and you had to like bang it with your foot and all that stuff. Meanwhile, the ship's getting eaten up. That was pretty tense.
Yep.
We've had some great moments. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started with Traveler?
Started like the last interview. The guy said, you start with a scout, you end up with a scout ship if you're lucky. And sure enough, I ended up with a scout ship. And then the other player in the game, our meet cute, was him trying to steal my ship. So I like inflated the airlock, the emergency airlock, blew him out of the door. So that was the start of fun stuff, and then I just remember looking back at that guy's history. He ended up collecting everything, talking about all the stuff people have in their kit, and he had everything like tent poles, batteries, flashlights, food supply, just everything. It was just like so much minutia. Anyway, so
when I first started,
kind of like that.
Go on.
No, that's it.
I was going to say, when I first started playing Traveler, I wasn't really sure like what I could do or what I should do or what even was possible to do. So I didn't really know what to do or what to take or how to outfit myself or any of that stuff. And
yeah.
But you play a couple times and you realize, oh, maybe I don't need a grav belt, and that's what was $2 million. However expensive it is. Or you don't know what you're going to need until you need it. So my advice to new players is play a little bit. Don't spend a lot of money. Just ask your DM for some starter gear. There's usually not a complaint about that. You get some basic stuff like a communicator and a pocket computer and maybe a gun or a knife or something, and that's really all you need, right? I mean, what's your 3 things in your bag? Did you already tell us?
Well, I think it reminds me of my superhero chick when she made her sidekick, which was Cleo. Mm-hmm. And it was like basically an Apple phone before there was one.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with everybody who said that of all your interviewers or interviewees.
Okay. So a communicator or a pocket computer.
Yeah, something like that, and something to facilitate, travel or breaking and entering, like ropes or picks, things like that. I like something that kind of handy. And then after that, it's just good shoes.
Oh, my aching traveler feet.
Yeah.
What's a typical day on board the ship for your character?
He kind of hermits in the engineering thing, just spending time with the modifying the drones to do more and more clever tricks, and making sure there's enough pieces in the Starship repair kit and stuff to do any kind of emergencies, and being remarkably unconcerned with the like super dangerous AI and the like loading bay.
Yeah, you guys have you've maintained the ship very well. You guys have stayed up on your maintenance, and you've done some great clever things with your drone. Your character's a drone expert. And what's the coolest thing you've probably ever done with one of your drones, or a drone? What's your awesome drone trick?
Well, let's see here. There would be. I mean, there's always spying and stuff, but I'd have to say facilitating the rescue of that of the parts off that ship that was going into the
Into the rift.
other dimension. Yeah, into
Right.
the rift. That was like an important part of like being part of the team. It wasn't like I caused that. It was just I was gonna, no matter what I did, I was gonna help facilitate that. And so it wasn't like I do like the one trick that fixes everything, but it's just all about. It's just a toy box of my little children that do things at various levels. And when they're called to duty, I'll do my best to make them happen.
So we still got like a minute and a half before the next interview. Tell us about what you did there. Was that when you made a relay of drones into the rift?
Yeah, it's and it wasn't the first time we had to use them in like some sort of thing, but I had things like already like massive amounts of cable and stuff like that, steel cable and just stuff that people wouldn't imagine to bring along. Unfortunately, I did, but was able to create a communications relay so that they could do the necessary communication with the ship, to keep in communication with the way team, and then all along, planning to be able to rescue them if any of them got unconscious or something, and then was able to spot weld the cable onto the device that we were rescuing, and even drag it along so that we didn't lose our prize at the same time. So it was all about redundancy, making sure backup, the away team survival, and making sure we didn't lose the prize.
Yeah, that was really good. Clever. You guys are good gamers. I enjoy playing with you guys and being the GM, and also just playing side by side as a player when we played Call of Cthulhu. You guys are all great players. I appreciate your company. All right. Well, we got our next interview coming up here in just a sec. We got Ken Burnside and Mike Llaneza of Astra Games, and they're coming up right now. We'll see you on the other side for some more goodies. And go ahead and enter the drawing. Don't forget.